The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series driver David Ragan back here at the Snowball Derby, returning to his roots. David, you've run this race a few times now. You've really started to come around and start to have success in this track. Pole sitter last year. What's it going to take for you to finally close out and win one of these things?
Well, we've got to be there at the end. I think last year we had a very, very good short run car for 20, 30 laps. We were really fast. We were running fourth on the last caution, and we had a bad pit stop. And so I think that if we can just have a good day, in order to win a Snowball Derby, you almost have to have a perfect day. A good race car, no mistakes from the driver, no mistakes from the pit crew. So if we just continue to work on stuff like that, I think we got another good car for this year's race. And just look forward to a fun 300 laps.
The topic of conversation at the end of every one of these races at Pensacola is tire wear. The surface is so abrasive, it's so worn. What's it like for people who don't know what it's like to be behind the seat of driving on a surface that's so abrasive?
Yeah, the tires just wear out. You know, these racetracks around the coast area, it seems like they just have a more aggressive asphalt. The tires, the Hoosier tires that we have, they're really, really fast for a few laps, but then they just wear out. The rubber's gone, and so you really have to work on your car to get it to handle good for a couple of laps early in the run, where you can make moves and pass cars on restarts, but late in the run you can't have them fall off. So, we're learning that strategy. What do we need to do to the car? And I'm learning how aggressive I need to be. So it is a lot of strategy involved, but that's why we keep coming down here. Until we can get a couple of these wins, we won't be satisfied.
You always run the Derby. You always race at Watermelon Capital. You raced the Myrtle Beach 400 a few weeks ago. What is it about these late models, late model stock, super late models, that you enjoy coming back and running these races?
Yeah, I enjoy to run some of the bigger races around the country. We made a trip up to Milwaukee the last couple of years for the Howie Leto race. So, we usually try to pick 5 or 6 races a year and go and have some fun. I think next year really want to go up to Toledo for one of the CRA races and pick a few races that we feel like we can be competitive at, but also ones that a lot of the good cars are at. I really wish the All-American 400 or the Winchester 400 was on a weekend where we weren't racing in the Sprint Cup Series. Those are definitely some races that we want to go and run one day. But we always have some fun, enjoy ourselves, and just being at the short track with some of our friends and family. And it's kind of my hobby. I don't really have a boat or a beachfront ocean house, so we like going to the racetrack.
You recently tested the car at Pensacola Five Flag Speedway. Have you got a good idea about how the car is going to handle for practice and for qualifying?
The racetrack changes a lot here at Pensacola throughout the week, so we got a good baseline. Same car we sat on the pole with last year. Setups are very, very close, so we've tuned on it a little bit, and we just got to see how the week goes. Weather changes 10 or 15 degrees, the track rubber's up, changes a little bit, so we're looking forward to pole night on Friday, and then I think Saturday's an important day for that final happy hour session, trying to get your race car to run well.
When you run these races, you run the Shriners, usually on the car in some way or form. Can you explain to our viewers what exactly the Shriners do and how you're involved?
Well, the Shriners operate a network of 22 hospitals all around the country that take care of young kids free of charge. So all the money that's raised goes to operate those hospitals, and it's millions of dollars every day to care for the kids. They have burn units, units that take care of prosthetic arms and legs. So a lot of specialty stuff that really kids and families need. So the Shriners Hospitals for Children is something that I support. I am a Shriner. There's about 500,000 Shriners in the country that raise money for these networks of hospitals all around the U.S.
And last question, we have to revisit your Sprint Cup Series season. You got the big win at Talladega, and it seems like everywhere else, the short tracks included, the road courses, you guys really picked it up there at the end of the year with some great qualifying runs. Heading into 2014 with front row racing, front row motorsports, how do you guys think y'all stack up with the rest of the competition?
We just got to keep getting better, keep working hard to get that win. Like I mentioned, a few top 10s, a few top 15 qualifying efforts and finishes. So we've just got to keep getting better. We got to look at our weakness, tracks that we struggled at, some issues that we had this year, improve on them, and then our strengths, the tracks that we ran well at, we've got to continue to improve on them as well. So we've got a good group of guys going back to Front Row Motorsports next year. David Gillen and myself will be back. Some great sponsors. So just trying to keep the ship sailing full speed ahead.
Looking for his first win in the Snowball Derby, David Ragan.